What's going on YouTube? How's it going? It's me, C's, coming at you with my first reaction video. Before I jump in though, I want to extend a very heartfelt, socially distanced embrace to you all. I hope you're all healthy and well and that we can get past this terrible year together, safe and sound. Now, while 2020 was a disaster for most of us, including myself, there was one silver lining, and that was Hamilton. As some of you may or may not be aware, Disney Plus purchased the rights to Hamilton, the Broadway musical, and it was just recently released a couple months ago. So I had the opportunity to watch it. Thank God, finally. Tickets have always been sold out and very expensive. I was never able to catch the Broadway musical on stage, but yeah, I had the opportunity to watch the Disney Plus version and I was blown away. It was fantastic from start to finish. Every single song was gold. Just the way Lin-Manuel Miranda kind of, just advances the plot with every song instead of through spoken dialogue is just mind-blowing. And I was exposed to Lin-Manuel Miranda early on. I had the opportunity to see, the privilege to see In the Heights on stage, and that was another great one. One best musical, the Tony, and but yeah. So I have to be honest. Before Hamilton, I honestly didn't have much exposure to him. There were a couple of instances in my life that I can think of. The first one being the 1993 Got Milk commercial, which I'm going to link down in the description as well as here in the cards. So, but yeah, so the 1993 Got Milk commercial, a guy with peanut butter in his mouth, he couldn't speak, and it's hilarious. You have to check it out. I don't want to blow it, so I'm just going to link it down in the description. But definitely check that out. And yeah, so I used to work at a bank, so handling money, spending money, handling money. You always see Hamilton on there. First Secretary of the Treasury, so what? Didn't really connect things for me. And then I was a legal studies major, also in college at William Patterson University. Shout out to Professor Michael Principe. He was my constitutional law professor. And I don't know how it came up, but I distinctly remember him asking us who our favorite founding father was. And what am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to say? I just said, I think I said Thomas Jefferson or Washington Franklin, one of those. But he was like Alexander Hamilton, and I was like, okay, nerd. It didn't click to me. I had no context. So that was that, and then fast forward to 2016, I was working upstate, well, Westchester County. I was working in Westchester County, Tarrytown, New York. I remember one morning my supervisor came in raving about this musical he had seen the night before called Hamilton. So, whatever. I'm down to check musicals. I love musicals in theater. So, but it was just very difficult to get tickets, always sold out and expensive. One day I was in Costco and I saw the biography from Ron Chernow. It's a tongue twister. Ron Chernow's biography, Alexander Hamilton, and I picked it up and I bought it, started reading it, took it on train rides with me. I took it to Europe with me. I just could not put it down. Alexander Hamilton was an enlightened man, prodigious, self-taught, so inspiring, always, picking himself up from just, this man was just a genius, very brilliant, and yeah, so that's kind of what my exposure to Hamilton was. It was very limited until the musical came out. I was never able to watch it, but all of these other elements, my supervisor, the biography, and just the hype, So thank you to Disney Plus for finally releasing it. I will definitely be reacting to that, but for now, I want to show the Animatic some love. On YouTube, there's a very lovely community of animators who draw out scenes to songs, and I want to give them some love for now. So I'm going to be linking the original Animatic video down below, as well as the 1993 Got Milk commercial, and anything that I think would be relevant to this video. There's also another YouTuber who I love checking his videos for historical context. So he's a historian. I'm going to be linking him as well. But yeah, so I'm going to be getting to that Broadway musical at some point, showing the Animatics some love now. As I get this channel going, as I kind of learn how this whole process works, please like, share, and subscribe so we can get this ball rolling. All right. So yeah, so without further ado, I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to jump in right now. start start reacting to this music. I'm gonna set it up here, and hopefully you enjoyed the video, the animatic, and my reaction. Here we go. This is the first number from the Broadway musical. This is the song is called Alexander Hamilton from the musical Hamilton. Here we go.
How does a bastard, orphan, son of a whore and a Scotsman, dropped in the middle of a forgotten spot in the Caribbean by providence, impoverished and squalor, grow up to be a hero and a scholar? The $10 founding father without a father got a lot farther by working a lot harder, by being a
So
lot
good.
smarter,
Just like I'm sorry, I have to pause it there. Just the internal rhyming, like Eminem does it a lot. You know, I recall this song called Renegade with Jay-Z, and Eminem was like, since I'm in a position to talk to these kids and they listen, I ain't no politician, but I'll kick it with them a minute, like that. You know, like not just rhyming at the end of a line, but within the line. You know, I love that song.
Self-starter by 14. They placed him in charge of a trading charter.
And every day while slaves were being slaughtered and carted away across the waves, he struggled and kept his guard up. Inside he was longing for something to be a part of. The brother was ready to beg, steal, borrow.
That talks about his motivation, his determination. Oh, the hurricane.
Saw his future dripping down the drain. Put a pencil to his temple, connected it to his brain, and he wrote his first refrain, a testament to his.
That's a real letter that Alexander Hamilton wrote to his father. Alexander Hamilton had a terrible, by any measure, just a horrible childhood. The supposed son of a prostitute. I mean, we don't really know much about his mother. There's some kind of, you know, bits and details here and there, but just in general, his father left, and you're gonna hear now, his cousin committed suicide. It's just a horrible upbringing. I would never want. I have a niece in a Godson now. I would never want them to go through what Hamilton went through, you know. But it kind of pushed Hamilton to become what he became, you know. And I like that the tension was building, and then he brought it down. Alexander Hamilton comes back up. Alex got better, but his mother went quick.
Moved in with a cousin committed suicide. Left him with nothing but ruined pride. Something new inside a voice saying, Alex, you gotta think for yourself. He started retreating and reading every treatise on the shelf. There would be nothing left to do for someone less astute. He would have been dead, destitute, without a cent or restitution. Started working, clapping for his late mother's landlord, trading sugar cane and rum and all the things he can't afford. Scamming for every book he can get his hands on. Planning for the future, see him now as he stands on the bow of a ship headed for a new land. In New York, you can't be a new man. New York, you can't be a new way. New York, you can't just do way. New York, you can't be a new man. New York, just you wait. Alexander Hamilton, Alexander Hamilton, are waiting in the wings for you. Waiting in the wings, you never back down. You never learn to take your time.
And if I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep the video going. I'll come back to my point. I'm shaking right now, like I feel it.
Ship is in the harbor now, see if you can spot him. Another river
that's the line I wanted to kind of react to. If any of you are like me, I'm first generation born here in the States, and like I can totally see this with my family, my aunts and uncles, my parents, my grandma. Like they came here searching for something, not knowing the language, not knowing what was awaiting them, right? Right. So, like I can totally relate to. I mean, I'm not Alexander Hamilton, nowhere near as prodigious as he was, but he he went through a lot. You know, chasing a dream, chasing a better life. You know, aspiring to something greater than himself. Searching for glory, right? Because he was an orphan. That's going to come up later in the show, but I can totally, you know, it resonates with me. You know, this whole coming to the States. I mean, I never went through that, but my family went through that. I hear stories, and you know, they slept on the floor, and it's heartbreaking. You know, but I can, it resonates. I remember.
What's your name, man? Alexander Hamilton.
There we have it. That is the first number. That is the first number from the Broadway musical. It's called Alexander Hamilton. I'm going to keep these coming. I'm probably going to do 2 more today. The next one is a little bit of a short song, but it kind of sets the stage for some of the characters we're going to be meeting. This number kind of introduced some of those characters, but not by name. You would only really know who they are probably if you watched the whole thing, or if you were exposed to the whole musical, and then you came back to this song, like, okay, that's who that is. That's who that is. Because one of the geniuses of Lin-Manuel Miranda's casting is that he was race neutral, right? So some of these, not some, all of our founding fathers were old white men, right? White Anglo-Saxon Protestant WASPs. And but the way Lin-Manuel Miranda casted his cast was very racial neutral. You know, you have Asians and African Americans, blacks, Hispanics in the roles of these white founding fathers. So I mean, which I think is brilliant. So some of these characters in this number you may not recognize, but as we go through these songs, we can come back and be like, oh, okay, that's Washington, or that's Aaron Burr, that's the Schuyler sisters, Mariah Reynolds. So yeah, so I mean, I think that's pretty much it for this reaction, this number. I'm going to do another 2 more today, and thank you for watching this particular video. Please like, share, subscribe, help me get this kind of going, and thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.